Greetings, salutations, respect, and love. I am Scott. Welcome, boys and girls. We've got another exciting episode. Oh, yes, indeed, we do. Today, we're talking about none other than the great Alice Cooper. Good morning, everybody. We're waiting for our headliner. He's still not here, but Chris Squire was always the last one to every single room. So let's just go around, introduce everybody who is here. Not, there's no lesser thans, right? We're all human beings. We're all equals here.
Maybe not.
Man, there's always a pecking order, man. But first of all, my wingman, Cody, this was your episode idea. We wouldn't have done this without you. So thank you for coming up with this timely. I didn't even realize Friday was Halloween, so it kind of makes sense doing Alice Cooper, right?
Absolutely. And I brought Steve. How you doing, Steve?
I'm good, Cody.
Yeah,
I see you're wearing your the new band you got going there.
Yeah, my new band, my new prog metal band. Got our new t-shirt. This is the band, Octavium.
See,
thanks for having me on, Scott.
Kevin from Prog Radio already accepting and acknowledging the greatness of that shirt. But I want to acknowledge the greatness of Grant Arthur for a second. Welcome to the Prog Corner once again, Grant.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, you are the man. And guess who showed up here, boys and girls? Guess who's in the green room?
Can't imagine.
You know who. You know who's here.
I've never seen him before.
It's none other than the great Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility, boys and girls. He's going to lend a hand to the festivities. Pete, how are you?
Good, Scott. How's everybody doing?
We're doing
keeping
great.
It real.
Pretty good.
And then we've got Alex from Beer and Vinyl. Hello, Alex.
That's right. It's great to be here. I also am representing this shirt, this Dwight Fry's House of Horror, little custom t-shirt here.
Beautiful.
House of Horrors.
That's nice. That's
good
beautiful.
stuff there, so
I didn't notice that. That's cool.
Well, we keep it under the radar over here.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Let's get it on.
And his very first appearance in the Prog Corner, Steve. How are you, sir? I'm acknowledging you. I know Cody already did, but I wanna say hello since we didn't get a chance to earlier.
Oh, how's it going, guys? Good to see
you. Pete Pardo, before we get going, it is with heavy heart. I know we're going to be talking a whole bunch about Alice Cooper, but the second time I was ever on Sea of Tranquility, Pete, it was you and I talking about Arabs and Aspect, and I just want to give my condolences to the entire Norwegian prog scene, to Stig Arva Kovum Jorgensen, the keyboard player from Arabs and Aspect, who unexpectedly left us. So, heartfelt condolences to his friends, his family, his bandmates. He was not on their first album, but man, he joined them in 2006, and he was on this album, Strange Frame of Mind, from 2010. The only thing, Pete, you and I agreed about on Arabs and Aspect was how great they are. I think we were ranking them, and our rankings were 100% different.
Yeah.
Pictures in a Dream.
No bad album.
Yeah. Oh, man. Victims of Your Father's Agony. And then they put a record so good, they did it twice. They did it in Norwegian. They did it in English. It's Sidenes Magi, or The Magic of Sin. And then the last thing was Madness and Magic. He's going to be missed, Pete Pardo.
Yeah. Have they announced what happened with him? It kind of came out of nowhere.
It did. They announced it about 8 hours ago. So I don't know. We got an echo going on here. Does anybody else hear the echo?
Yep.
I do not.
Okay. Philip Morrissey hears an echo. We'll figure it out.
Testing. Echo?
Yeah.
Test for echo, right, Rush fans?
I don't know. It seemed to go away, so whatever happened absolutely fixed itself. So hello, boys and girls. We're talking Alice Cooper, which is really kind of cool because I've only mentioned Alice Cooper in the Prog Corner one other time when I was doing prog songs by non-prog artists. And, of course, Halo of Flies made the list. But today what we're going to do is just talk about the 10 best Alice Cooper albums. We're going to go twice around. So the first time around, give me your 6 through 10, your honorable mentions, whatever you got. And then we'll do the 1 through 5, the second go around. But I want to start with our special guest. I want to keep the numbers strong. And there's no better way than when Pete Pardo starts talking about classic rock and an amazing artist like Alice Cooper. Pete, I'm excited to hear your take on Alice Cooper. I really am.
Cool. Well, this is a really strong catalog that for me, I've always struggled with how to rank my favorites, because at any given time, there's like probably 4 albums that could be my number 1, which is always on the difficult side. So I think I hear that echo again. I wonder if it's me, because if I put myself on mute, I didn't hear, which is really bizarre. Let me just, I don't know why it would be me, because I've never had this issue before on StreamYard. Let me just double check my sound. I don't know. Weird. But for me, the hardest part of this catalog, I think, well, other than figuring out my favorite, is like the bottom of the 10, because I could slot any Alice album. He's got so many of them, right? And the recent stuff is really good. The 90s stuff is strong. So I don't know. I purposely didn't go back and look at my ranking of Alice Cooper that I did on SOT however many years ago. I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to mimic what I was thinking then. I wanted to go straight.
That's right. This is original content.
This is all original content, Scott. Original. So what are we doing? Our bottom 5? Is that what we're doing first?
Yeah, let's do 6 through 10.
Okay.
And I think I found the echo. It's Grant.
It's me.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute you now. And then the echo disappears.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All right. So my number 10, I'm going to go with Constrictor.
Nice.
Oh,
His like late 80s, early 90s stuff, I think, is fun. It's kind of glammy hair metal stuff, and it's somewhat goofy, but I find some of these songs are very appealing. And, it's got Teenage Frankenstein, which is loads of fun. And Thrill My Gorilla. Again, it's all goofy, fun. This was 86, so, late 80s stuff. Alice trying to be relevant again, after those dark years, right? So I think it's a fun album. I really could put any of those albums from this time period down at the bottom of my top 10, but I'm going to go with Constrictor.
Yeah, but that one's got Kip Winger.
I know, right?
I love it.
Kip Winger and Muscle Boy, right? It's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that was a good lineup, right? It didn't last for that long, but that was a good lineup. So that's going to be my number 10. My number 9, I'm going to go with an album that nobody ever talks about. Along Came a Spider.
Nice.
So here's a little known fact that you might not have known about me. I didn't start listening to Alice Cooper till the late 90s, believe it or not.
Wow.
He's one of those rare, like, this should have been a Pete Pardo as a teenager band or artist.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Always knew about him. Always figured that, why am I not listening to Alice Cooper? I don't know. But a friend of mine was a big fan, and he and I got to know each other like right around this time. And he convinced me to give Alice a shot, and I did. And this album had just come out at the time. I really like it a lot. It's got that kind of like darkish tone. It's got that, the whole concept thing, and really good songs on here. I think a lot of people kind of forget about some of his late 90s, early 2000s albums because they were kind of around the same time as the whole new metal scene and whatnot. But there's really good stuff on here. Vengeance Is Mine is killer on here. Wrapped in Silk, Killed by Love. A lot of good anthems on here. It's got that spooky tone, which I really like a lot. Very, very solid record. Yeah. Number 8. Right? 8? Yes. Number 8 is going to be Dragon Town. So I have like this.
Whoa, I didn't see that coming.
Nice one.
Yeah, I like Dragon Town a lot. So these two albums, well, spoiler alert, my number 7 is going to be Brutal Planet. But these two kind of go together, and I really like them. These are heavy. They're darker. They're serious tone. There's no goofiness to these at all. There's down-tuned guitars and just this menacing tone. And I think that both albums are really, really good. If you haven't heard these albums, go listen to the title track, Dragon Town. Go listen to Brutal Planet, the title track to that. Really, really good. Again, some people kind of cast these out because they came out right around the time of all that new metal stuff. But I think it's just good, serious, dirgy, slightly industrial, heavy Alice Cooper. I don't know if he's ever done any albums as heavy as these two. I really like them a lot, and I like heavy. So Dragontown is going to be number 8. Number 7, Brutal Planet. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 is going to be Muscle of Love.
Yeah.
So from here on in, it's all the original band, with the exception of one. And this is a strong album. It's not nearly as good as the ones that came before it, but I still think it's really, really good. You know, Glenn is, by this point in time, pretty much incapacitated. I don't know how much he actually played on this record.
I don't think he plays on it at all, actually. The label just kept his name and stuff in there.
It's a shame because his drug addiction was pretty bad around this time. And I think Glenn Buxton is one of those guys, I think, that had he not had so many, addictions and demons, that we would be looking at him as one of the great guitar players of the 70s, because I think he was that good. But unfortunately, he was always kind of like, marred by what was going on in his personal life. But yeah, there's some really good stuff out here. The title track is great. Hard-Hearted Alice is a terrific song. I think, the problem with this album, it's a little short. It's not as consistent as some of the albums that came before it, but there's still really good stuff here. It kind of sounds like a band that's fallen apart a little bit.
It does.
One guy's ready to go off on his own. I get it, but it's still that band. It's still really good. It's just the lesser of all of these albums from this time period, but it still ranks pretty high on my list here. So that's my number 6.
Love it. Good stuff. Alex, you got yourself muted, so unmute yourself and let us hear your 6 through 10, because I think Pete kind of alluded to the 1 through 5. There might not be a whole lot of variation. I think there might be some agreements, but 6 through 10, I'm excited to hear everybody's take on. So what do you got for us, Alex?
Well, Pete had a couple of surprises. I was not expecting
Brutal Planet and Dragontown. That's awesome. I didn't know anybody would have the nerve to include not one but both of those in the top 10. Awesome.
The other thing too is like he, kind of Pete alluded to it. There's a lot of eras that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. Grant will probably pull out some weirdo, zipper catches.
Of course.
Hey, leave that one alone. It's got Patty Donahue on it. Leave it alone.
Well, and I'll actually start off now. Now, Pete said he didn't go back and rewatch his, but I remember watching when he did that ranking so many years ago, and I was just some lonely fan. I remember what he ranked as his very least favorite, and I'm going to put that as my number 10, and I'm going to go with Dada. I think now here's what I'll say.
Love it. Yes.
I
love it.
Appreciate, and Scott said this too, like the 6 through 10 I think is a great chance to kind of talk about some of these records that people don't talk about or that they hate or whatever else. There is something I don't really care at all for Flush the Fashions, like not necessarily my bag. There's just something so weird and dark and creepy and artsy about this record to me that I think makes it so different that I end up appreciating it more. So, not that this needs to be said, but is it the top 10? Is it a top 10 Alice Cooper record? Maybe not. Is it a record that I find myself having more appreciation and respect for because it is so different and weird and creepy? Like, I mean, that's what he does the best, is weird and creepy. So I happen to really appreciate Dada significantly more than most people.
And I agree with Logan Collins. Those Blackout albums rule. I don't care what anybody says. All 3 of them are great.
I love them. I love that era.
I do too. I do too.
Next might be another surprise. I wanted to throw this in here because I think it's a great record. That's why it's coming in, and it's a chance to show off just some weird record stuff. But I'm going to go with Prince for you.
Wow, yeah.
As I was kind of preparing whatever, for this, it's like, this to me actually sounds a lot like Piper at the Gates of Dawn.
Pink
like,
Floyd, I was going to
very much like that.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of weird psychedelic type stuff. And I'll say too, because we have records here, it's what we do. If you know, this is one of the actual originals on.
Oh, look at that. That's it.
Oh, great label.
Making big.
Beautiful.
Scott, making big. I want to
see I'm sorry.
Let's see that label.
Yeah.
Let's see that.
God.
Oh, come on.
See that.
That's right.
Wow, look at that. That's beautiful.
So, obviously for the record people out there, they reissued this later on after, they got more successful on Warner Brothers. But obviously the straight label is a classic from, kind of discovered and produced by Frank Zappa. So there's that. Next, I am going to go with, I actually thought about Constrictor, but I'm in that same era. This falls a little bit into guilty pleasure land for me because I think Alice, when his comeback came around, I think he did glam and hair metal, whatever we want to call it. I thought he did that better than a lot of, obviously a lot of the contemporaries at the time.
He did.
I thought like the two best hair metal people for me were Alice and Heart. I was like, whatever. Like
Heart.
You almost had me there.
Did I just hear that?
That's right. I'm just saying, that's I just
Heart.
Anyway, but I'm gonna go with Trash.
I knew it.
Trash. Yeah.
What Poison is such what a
amazing track.
Single. What a perfect single that is.
It is.
And in my guilty pleasure of all guilty pleasures, there's some schmaltzy kind of like power ballady stuff. Anything that gets tickled by Destiny Child. Like some of the stuff you could have seen on like what's going on with Aerosmith, right? Like you could kind of see like what was gonna be happening. To me, though, I absolutely adore House of Fire. I think that is just like the perfect cheeseball, glammy, melodic hard rock song. I absolutely love House of Fire. Fantastic.
I love Trash. Great album.
Also alone in liking that.
7? Are we on 7?
Yeah,
right, I think we're on 7, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hard
to say.
We're still trying to figure out that Heart comment.
God, did you really say Heart?
Yeah, you can't say like that stuff during the mid 80s that Heart was doing wouldn't like I'm saying like not in like the formal like it's hair metal, but I'm saying like a band coming in and moving with the times that are going on.
Well, Heart was once great, and then of course same with Cheap Trick. The record label comes in and says, hey, here you go. You have to be like this now. A lot of those 70s bands had a hard time making that move to the 80s.
Here's Diane Warren's phone number.
Aerosmith did it the best, though. Aerosmith did it the best.
My point is, Grantham, is that they are not a hair metal band, but they moved great with the 80s, and that was obviously very successful for them.
I agree with you, Alex. I agree with you.
Thank you, Goaty.
That stuff's hideous.
Speaking of, is that a chalice? Anyway, speaking of
yes, it is.
Stuff, we have maybe this was a packaging flaw. Who knows? But I'm going to go with Muscle of Love. Here.
Nice.
I think, Pete said it right. It just kind of feels like it's that things are coming apart a little bit. There's still some great stuff on here. I mean, the riff of the title track is just. That is like one of the best riffs of the '70s. And yeah. Do Not Bend. This has been obviously these things just got destroyed.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Like, I feel like this is about to disintegrate in my hands.
Good thing that one didn't come with the panties.
What do you think? I'm just going to throw it out to the panel. Do you think that was a great idea, marketing idea?
No.
You don't think it was good? It was very creative, unique. I'll give it that, but horrible idea.
I think terrible. Sales speak for themselves.
That's right.
Well, maybe. Well, yeah.
And my number 6, I guess. This might be where we go a little bit even more unpopular. For some reason, I don't know why. It's great. It's a great record. I'm sure it's going to show up in a lot of top 5s, if not all the top 5s. It just misses out on my top 5 because I've just never had the personal connection with this record that I have with some of the earlier ones or the other ones that were going on at the time. And Scott, you mentioned panties. Unfortunately, I do not have panties. It is tough to find the original panties.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing. Do I want panties from 1973 or 2? Well, you actually don't answer that question, Scott. But, I'm going with Schools Out. Sometimes I have to remind myself that this came before $1 Billion Babies because to me, it has always felt like ever so simply just out of place a little bit between what was going on. So, again, a great record. Obviously, the title track is huge. There's some more of that kind of vaudevillian schmaltzy stuff that's going on here, obviously. One of those sort of like half-baked concept albums that never became one or whatever. But obviously a great classic Alice Cooper band record, and that's why it's my number 6.
Yeah, fantastic. And I'm so happy that Muscle of Love is getting a whole bunch of love. What a cool record, because I just love the sound of a band falling apart. I just love it. There's something quaint and unique and fun. Like, it's great when it's all sunshine and roses and you put Hysteria out, you know. I want to know when the band is falling apart, hanging on their last thread. Like, what are they going to do? And yeah, that to me is the sound of that record. Hey, you know, Cody, this whole thing was your idea, but I figure we should probably let our first time guest, Steve, go ahead of you. Just, you know, proper decorum. You know?
I agree. Let Zoodalers go.
All right, Steve, give us your
All right.
6 through 10.
Okay, so listen, I didn't dig out all my. I've got all the original Alice Cooper stuff. I've even got the panties and the $1 billion bill, that stuff. But I
even got the panties.
So, and picking number 10. First of all, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to find anything from post 1990 in my list, because except for the Revenge of Alice Cooper, which I haven't had long enough to have it grow with me, it's a good album, but I don't know where I could put it at this point. But
hey, there you go, Morris. Somebody mentioned the Revenge of Alice Cooper. Right there.
I find the 90s stuff it's very generic. It's like there's not a lot of difference in those albums, and they're not bad or anything like that. There's nothing there that really stands out to be a top 10 album for me. But my top 10, the number 10 was really hard to pick. I went back and forth between Flush of Fashion and Lace and Whiskey, and I'm going with Lace and Whiskey. It gets a bad rap a lot of times, but I'm gonna tell you right now, those first 3 songs, It's Hot Tonight, Lace and Whiskey, and Road Rats, are phenomenal. They're great. You and Me is not horrible. It's a little bit overlong, but as far as ballads go, it's okay. Check out the single edit instead of the album version. It's a little better. And flip it over and you get King of the Silver, which is like, that's a Hollywood Alice, right? Like, he's over the top. It's campy, but you got some great guitar work in there by Dick Wagner, who's like the unsung guitar guy of the 70s. Like, this guy is all over the place, and he is a phenomenal player too. I think you get some kind of really bad tunes on there, like You Bang, You Stomp, and Damned If You Do. But My God is a really cool song. So for those 4 songs in King of the Silver Screen, I'm going to put that one as my 10. And then I'm going School's Out at 9. Okay. Again, you get a lot of great songs. There's a lot of filler on that album. Like the grand finale, I could live without. Alma Mater is I could take or leave. But you get
those are my 2 favorites on that album. As a kid, I just used to Alma Mater and the grand finale over and over and over and over. And he hates those are the 2 Steve hates.
Welcome on, Steve.
But you got My Star, one of the best things they've ever done. Right?
Yeah.
After that, I'm going with Love It to Death. And the reason why that one's a little bit lower is because I'm not a big fan of Sunrise. That song drives me nuts. And I got to be in the right mood for Black Juju. The rest of the album is just phenomenal. There's some great stuff on there. I mean, they're really hitting their stride. Bob Ezrin is the secret weapon. I'll know that. Right. So, and then I'm going with From the Inside, which some killer guitar work. Again, you got Steve Lukather all over the place and David Foster. And there's another guy who was all over the place. You know, he's Chicago, the Tubes. He's, you know, the guy's a phenomenal player. And no wonder he's all over all these albums. Peter Frampton used him on Breaking All the Rules. So this guy, you know, and the album's got a great mix of just some good killer hard rock songs and some really good ballads like The Quiet Room, and Jackknife Johnny is one of the better things he's ever done. I mean, there's some great material on the album, and it's a cool album too, you know, with the die cut sleeve. So it's just a fun album all around. And then I'm going Dada for the 6th spot. And again, this is
I knew I picked.
Look at Pete's face. Pete's just going. He just threw up in his mouth.
Hey, Steve, do you remember this?
I remember that. Yeah, it's a little contentious here, Cody. But you got Formerly Warmer, which is one of his great songs. And that's the kiss off to the record company, formerly Warner, right? You've got It's Creepy, too. It was a great Halloween song. I had it on for Halloween. And then you got Scarlet and Sheba. You've got fresh blood, which is when Alice uses a horn section, right? And this is a great, if you're a musician, which I'm assuming most of you guys are, there's a lot of gaps in this song, a lot of spaces because it's bass driven and horn driven. So playing guitar, you can do a lot of nice little things in there. And then you get Pass the Gun Around, which is like, I think, one of Dick Wagner's greatest solos. And it's Alice's personal history. He's singing about himself in this song, all the mess he was in, how bad he was with the booze and everything else that was going on. It's a great song. It's like their Pink Floyd moment, I guess you could say, right? And I Love America. I know how somebody in Donald Trump's campaign didn't find this song and throw that out there when he was campaigning, because that's a typical Trump type song. All those little things that they're talking about in that song, you know, like the Pocket Fisherman and all that kind. I could picture him going with that song and doing his little dance. So those are my 10 through 6 right there.
Nice. I am absolutely shocked at the amount of love Dada is getting. This is amazing. Like I said, I knew I picked the right panel for today's episode. Cody, don't let me down.
Hey, Steve, that was such a good list. I'm going to fire off the fog machine for that. There you go.
Well, I cheated a tiny bit with this. So I know that there's at least one record that I know no one else is picking. And it's an odd choice, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Number 10 for me is the Paranormal album. I really like this record. It's one of his great later day albums. The Detroit Stories and Road and all the new ones after this are really good as well. I haven't heard the newest one, The Revenge. I haven't listened to that yet, but I'm getting to it. But I really like this record. Paranormal, and I think Roger Glover makes an appearance on here too with tunes like Paranoid Personality. Ironically, he's not on Fireball.
That'd be too on the nose.
Yeah, that'd be a bit too like, hey, what are you doing there? But no, this is a really good record, and you listen to it all the way through, and it's just a really, really good album. Next up, I know this is Steve's favorite, and I'm actually glad that Alex mentioned this one. It's Trash. I know.
Oh no!
I know. I know. It's got everything that I should not like. Yet the songs come on the radio or whatever, or you go see him live and he plays these songs, and it's just like, hell yeah! I love the title track. This Maniac's in Love with You. That's probably the one I should hate the most because that's a total Bon Jovi, Desmond Child track, but I like it. House of Fire, Bed of Nails. Yeah, there's just some really, it's just a fun album. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not really like the brilliance of the earlier records. It's just a fun record. It's just a fun 80s rock album. And that's kind of what he was going for, right? Oh, even produced by Desmond Child. Like, I should not like this, but I do.
Well, and Cody, I forgot to bring it up when I was talking about Trash, but even House of Fire has the patented late 80s Living on a Prayer key change that is just needed to just make all of us hate ourselves even more, but love it anyway. So
I know. This next one is a spotty record for me, but it's still a good enough album to make my top 10 because the songs that are on it just far outweigh it. Like the pros outweigh the cons here. This comes right after Welcome to My Nightmare, and I'm kind of surprised that no one's mentioned it yet, but maybe you guys like it enough to put it in the top 5. I don't know. But I'm going with Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. There's some songs
No.
Title track is great.
I love the title track. Yeah, there's a couple of songs on here that, you know, are kind of questionable, but, you know, I like tunes. Like I like the ballad Wake Me Gently. I Never Cry. Yeah, this is Ballad Alice, right? Kind of on this is ballad territory here, but gosh, there's a couple of songs on here that just really, really nice tunes.
You know what? It's Cody. Sorry to interrupt you there, Cody. That album is like his laziest album. And even the album cover is lazy because it's just a picture from $1 billion babies that they tinted green.
Well, we're saving the good stuff here because this one is pretty consistent. I like this record a lot. This is one of his blackout records, and I don't think anyone's mentioned this yet.
Special Forces.
oh,
I actually love this record because of Steve.
I do too. I love Special Forces.
Yeah, there you go. That face.
I like that T-shirt.
Yeah. So I knew that the bottom half of this would be like varied,
Yeah.
like very different, and just like like Pete, you had a whole bunch of the 2000s albums. I almost went with Brutal Planet, but I was like, there's others I kind of like a bit more. But this one up, so like 7 up is like any one of these could be number 1 for me. And I think this is a fantastic record. To me, personally, it's the best of his Blackout albums. I like this more than Dada, more than Zipper Catches Skin. I just really like this record. Who do you think we are? What a way to start the record.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's just badass. I mean, there is a generic kind of there's the live version of Generation Landslide on here, which is not the best, but the other songs like Prettiest Cop on the Block and the cover of 7 and 7 is just, there's some really great stuff on here. So yeah, that's number 7. And then, okay, so you're going to get to where I cheated here. You didn't say we couldn't include live albums.
I did not.
So for me, I love this live record because it has a whole bunch of his older songs and some of his more modern songs up to this point. The band sounds killer. I do believe it's Nita Strauss on guitar on this. It's just an amazing live album. I really like this one. A Paranormal Evening with Alice Cooper. When this came out, I couldn't stop playing it. It just over and over. The energy, the production, the feel, the vibe of it. It's just fantastic. And it even has my favorite version of some songs like Pain. This version of Pain is my favorite version of the song. I know that's probably blasphemy to some of you guys, but I love this, and it's really, really good album. So if you haven't heard this one, I think you should check it out.
I have not heard that.
I'm gonna guess that every one of us on the panel has seen him live, so you know what you're in for here with this. You just having seen him live and listening to this, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, he is that brilliant live. This is not just a studio live production thing. Like, no, he's fantastic, and the energy really shows on here. So that's my bottom half. No, I can't wait for the top.
That the bottom half is obviously really, really interesting. For number 10, I almost went with The Last Temptation. I think the use of Blade Shaw writing a couple songs, Chris Cornell writing a couple songs, even Mark Hudson from the Hudson Brothers writes a song on it. Real cool album. I almost went with Trash, but I'm gonna hearken in on Brutal Planet. Me and Pete Pardo heard the same thing, that industrial sound. I know it shouldn't work, but you know what? Alice Cooper changed his style and his sound so many times, so why wouldn't it work? I love it. Brutal Planet, number 10. Number 9, I was going to call an audible. I didn't know all you clowns would have Dada on your list, but I got Dada at number 9. Bob Ezrin learned a couple things working with Pink Floyd. He obviously came away figuring out that Fairlight synthesizer, which completely dominates the album. It's got a weird, creepy sound. I really like the Blackout records, all 3 of them. This is the best of them. At number 8, hasn't made a list yet, but I love Flush the Fashion. I don't care what anybody says, man. I know it's only 28 minutes long, and I know a marriage between Roy Thomas Baker and the king of shock rock shouldn't work. I mean, what's shocking about Rick Ocasek, or Bohemian Rhapsody? Absolutely nothing, but it totally works. I love it. I think it's amazing. Clones is a great song. The Talk Talk cover works. Grim
I know
Facts.
songs longer than that album.
It's amazing. It's so good. Yeah, they needed a couple more songs. At number 7, The Marriage of Bernie Taupin and Alice Cooper shouldn't work either. But that's the magic of Bob Ezrin, From the Inside, 1978. Name a rock album with a better backstory. Oh, I just got out of the insane asylum. Come on, man. Who's not going to want to buy that record? And it lives up to the hype. It's fantastic. At number 6, Muscle of Love. Like I said before, who doesn't love the sound of a band falling apart at the seams? Glenn wasn't apparently a part of this at all. They just kept him in the liner notes and whatnot, just because the label was afraid that people would figure out the Alice Cooper group was no more. But this was the last record until the Revenge, and just an amazing body of work. I love those first 7 Alice Cooper group albums so much. Unbelievable body of work. But now we're going to get into the 1 through 5.
Well,
And
you're going to let me
right?
go, or
No,
you
oh,
just
great.
want to skip me?
I was going to skip you already. No, you disappeared. When you went away and came back, I guess I was thinking you had your turn first.
No, it's okay. You can.
You left the stream.
I can just sit here and hold up shit.
But I'll tell you what, the echo's been gone ever since you've been back. So you pick whatever you did.
I was on a live stream at 9 a.m. this morning, so I still think it had the settings that were set for that.
Yeah.
And when you go from StreamYard, hosting a StreamYard, to attending a StreamYard, I have noticed that there tends to be some issues.
Oh, yeah. Or going from StreamYard to Zoom, as I found out a couple of times. I got to check the settings on everything. Grant, I am so sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't care.
It's your turn.
I'll make it quick. Now, Alex, feel free to give me shit since I gave you shit. It's fine. I'm ready for it. But you might like these picks. Maybe. Might not. All right, my number 10. Now, I want to say that the original Alice Cooper band is the best. Alice Cooper solo. Of course, I had to pick some, but the original Alice Cooper band, you're going to see all these records in here because I think that was just pure magic. Love it all. And I'm going to start out with number 10. I'm going to start out with Pretty's For You. This is the debut. I would say this is an art rock psychedelic experiment, but I think it fails. And I'm with Scott. I 100% hear Pink Floyd here. It's like a combination of Zappa and Pink Floyd. You've got avant-garde structures, weird melodies. It's just weird, dissonant. It's a weird record. But anything that I would say it's failed psychedelia, but I still love it. There's some quirky quality about it that I just find endearing. That would be my number 10. My number 9, I'm going to go with the second album. I'm going to go with Easy Action.
Easy Action.
I've got, Alex, you may want to know this. I've got an original pressing of this. Oh my Lord. One of the best vinyl pressings I have ever heard, ever. The original vinyl. Stunning. Anyway, this is the CD. This is a transition. They go from psychedelia to hard rock. Kind of got some proto-punk garage energy to it. Again, is it top-notch Alice Cooper band? Well, no, I think they're still trying to find them. There you go. Alex is coming in with the prop.
Well, yes, but like I was saying before, this is still on the Warner Brothers, so it's after this is an early reissue, I guess.
Yeah, I've got like an original one. It sounds great. Anyway, we're off on a tangent already, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to go with my number 9. My number 8. Oh my gosh, Scott Lade. My God. Flush the Passion.
Yeah.
This is a new wave album. Who would have thought that Alice Cooper would have went down the new wave route? This is an underrated new wave album because if you kind of look at it and go, Alice Cooper doing new wave. Oh my God. Clones, Talk. You've got a lot of electronic sounds, crunchy guitars. My God, there is no filler on this record.
No,
now, it may not be your taste, but man, I think Alice Cooper comes into 1980 strong. You may think differently, but I love this record. There is nothing on this record that I would skip.
He did 8 out of the 10 songs live. I saw that tour, the Flush the Passion tour. He did 8 out of the 10. He obviously believed in the material.
From what he remembers.
From what he remembers, exactly.
All right. Cody, bring up your Dada.
Bring up my Dada. All right.
Or anybody. Whatever. All right. So I'm going to go. Number 7 is 1983 Dada. We've got Bob Ezrin back. It is dark. It's experimental concept record. Very surrealistic. It, like everyone has mentioned already, it talks about Alice's problems with addiction. It's got synth pop. It's got instrumentals. God. Former Leave Warmer is a great track.
Yeah.
I mean, how many records? I mean, it covers so many topics. You know, cannibalism, schizophrenia, alcoholism. My God, it's got everything here. I think that this is a definitely a cult record. I don't know why it didn't get any attention back in the day.
No tour. There was no Dada tour number 1, and none of the songs on Dada have ever been performed live.
Well, Alice obviously hates it, but I
Clearly.
love it.
It's awesome.
I don't have any issue with it. I came into this album rather late, and we did a show or something on it, and I had to listen to it, and I was just blown away by it. I just don't. It's Weird Alice. I love Weird Alice. So what's there not to love? All right, my number 6. All right, it's been mentioned many times, and I have to agree. Muscle of Love.
Wow. Good.
Oh my God.
Good to see.
You could look at this as a step backward because you don't have that big, huge production by Bob Ezrin, but still, it's you get a little bit of R&B, you get hard rock. Come on, it's the original band. That's Teenage Lament 74. It's looser, maybe it's a little well, we know it's less polished. Is it more generic sounding? I don't know. I'd like it. You still get a little bit of psychedelia, you get a little bit of novelty. I think it's a fine record. I don't miss Bob Ezrin. Well, maybe a little bit, but I still think that they were able to pull it off. And I think it's well worth having in your catalog. If you're getting any Alice Cooper, it's got the original band. Do it.
Exactly.
There you go.
If you got the, Glenn Buxton, Michael Bruce, Dennis Dunaway, Neil Smith, come on. It's something you want. You want to hear that record. Absolutely. Well, we almost skipped Grant's first tune because I was just excited. I was so excited. I was ahead of my skis. And I just wanted to hear again from Pete Pardo, the 1 through 5 of it all. The very, very best of Alice Cooper as spoken to you fools by the one, the only, the great Pete Pardo. What do you got for us, Peter?
Well, spoiler alert, guys. There's going to be no Blackout albums in my top 5.
I wouldn't expect that.
Yep. Here's the deal. I've never connected with those albums. And I think you ever have albums that you don't connect with and you're trying to figure out why. And then you go and you do research on it. And you're like, well, the artist himself or themselves don't connect with it either. He doesn't even remember doing these albums. So there's something there. I don't know what it is. They're weird. I've heard the term weird being thrown around a lot on talking about those albums. They are really weird. They're cold. They're kind of, I don't know. There's something about them that just doesn't mesh with me for whatever reason. I don't hate them. I just never reach for them for whatever reason. But let's get back to the best, in my opinion. So coming in at number 5 is School's Out. Someone else mentioned it here on the panel. This is my least favorite of the classic albums. And I almost didn't include it in my 10. But I think the title track almost gives it a pass, right? It's almost like it has to be here for that. There's some weird show tunesy vaudeville kind of stuff on here that I'm not always in the mood for. But, Blue Turk is kind of cool and weird. Gutter Cat, Looney Tunes, Street Fight. There's some weird, quirky stuff on here. Give them credit for doing this because this album doesn't sound anything like a couple others I'm going to talk about in a second. But it's still, again, the title track is massive. And there's just some fun, weird stuff on there. But it's number 5. Number 4 is Welcome to My Nightmare.
Yeah,
there's a lot kind of thematic stuff on here, which I think reminds me of some stuff from the albums that I'm going to talk about in a second. And there's some Stone Cold classics on here. Again, he's getting a little more streamlined. This is Alice the Star. It's less the band, obviously, because it's his first true solo record. But the title track is amazing. Devil's Food is good. The Black Widow is absolutely terrific. That is one of my favorite Alice Cooper solo songs. Then you got Cold Ethel. Department of Youth is anthemic. Steven is spooky and creepy, right? That's what we love. I like spooky and creepy Alice Cooper. So yeah, that's my number 4. Now, the cream of the crop. To me, these 3 have changed, flip-flopped 1, 2, and 3 my entire time of being a fan of this guy, which again, like I mentioned before, is not a good chunk of my life. It's like the last 30 years or so. I'm going to go with Love It to Death at number 3 today. Caught in a Dream is great. I'm 18 is legendary. Long Way to Go, so much fun. I love the dark creepiness of Black Juju. Is It My Body is great, anthemic. It's amazing how short some of these songs are too, right? Hallowed Be Thy Name, Be My Name is amazing. The Ballad of Dwight Fry.
Yeah.
That's
where it's at, man.
That is, and and I'm a huge Universal Monsters fan, and I love the actor Dwight Fry, and this is just kind of creepy, weird stuff. I love it. I even like the goofy sunrise. I mean, it's just kind of a weird way to end an album, but it's cool. And they, let's face it, they look absolutely awesome on here too. So that's my number 3. Number 1 and 2, I could go with either one of these, but I'm going to go with for today, which I'm pretty sure is not what I picked on my ranking video that I did however many years ago. I'm going to go with $1 Billion Babies. So many great anthems on here. Hello Hooray is a great opener. It's just so good. Raped and Freezing Elected is a great anthem. I love the title track. Unfinished Sweet. No More Mr. Nice Guy has one of the coolest guitar licks of all time. It's so good. Generation Landslide is great. Sick. And again, I love the back half because I love the creepy, doomy Alice Cooper stuff. Sick Things, Marianne, and I Love the Dead doesn't get any better than that. So good. That's probably the reason why I often rank this as number 1. I'm not going to do it today, though, because today, folks, if you hadn't already figured it out,
I think we did.
It's all about that's a monster of an album. Killer is amazing. Under My Wheels is just so terrific. I love when Alice does this just classic 70s rock and roll, right? So good. Be My Lover is great. Halo of Flies is terrific. You know what? One of the unsung great songs on here is Desperado.
Yes.
That melody is hauntingly gorgeous. So good. The chorus is great. You Drive Me Nervous. Yeah is great. And then the back end of the album, I love when he ends, or when they, I should say, it's not him, when they end the albums with these like little mini suites of creepy, weird stuff. Dead Babies into Killer, unmatched. And again, if you were to like make an album of Dead Babies, Killer, Sick Things, Marianne, and I Love the Dead, that's like one of the most awesome gothic proto metal albums of all time. So great stuff there. I absolutely love this album. For me, if you said I can only take 3 Alice Coopers with me for the rest of my life, I'm taking these 3, and I'd be perfectly happy with that. So there you have it.
Indeed. And if I'm putting together like perfect album sides, it's really hard to ignore Killer Side 1. It just is, man. That just, to me, it's just perfection. And it Desperado, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's kind of the overlooked track on that whole album. And it shouldn't be. It's absolutely amazing. What says you, Alex?
Well, this I'll say again, too, like I said in the beginning, is more about what I've always just personally connected with, more so than maybe what's the best, right? So at number 5, I think this has shown up once or twice. I've always loved it because I love schmaltzy, I love theatrical, I love overproduction, I love all of those things, and I love From the Inside. I think this is fantastic, and of course, obviously all the record stuff that you got to do. He's in the quiet room, hanging out. All these different things. You go to the back, you open it all up. I mean, it's just so. It's cheese, right? Like, I am a huge fan of cheese, both artistically and the food. But I absolutely love this record. Again, it shouldn't work for me. But it totally does. So that's my number 5.
Love it.
Number 4, and I got some props here so that Grant can appreciate it because he loves.
Okay, should I make you big?
Well, I'm a big boy as it is, Scott, but you can try. All right. Thank you. Well,
hey, there we go.
Number 4, and if people don't know, I'm a record collector and like collecting a bunch of weird stuff, and so let's go with. We're going to go with Love It to Death as my number 4.
Man.
So I have 3 copies here for those who need to know. This is the uncensored thumb cover, as they will call it, followed by the censored cover that also has the I'm 18. This one does not have the featuring I'm 18. And this is probably the fun one. The record, I will say, is absolutely destroyed, but it was really cheap, so I got it. This is the uncensored thumb cover on Straight.
Oh, no way.
Look at that label.
What?
Look at that label.
Look at that.
Oh,
that's
no
more
way.
like that Zappa type Captain Beefheart type stuff. So,
Oh, man.
Hey, Alex, what's your address?
I'm sorry. And the record, I don't even know if the record's playable, but I was like, I'm going to buy that for just the cover alone.
Yeah,
anyway.
who cares?
So, yeah, that's my number 4. My number, oh gosh, there's so many goodies here.
Yeah.
My number 3 $1 Billion Babies. And of course, with this one, you had the classic.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You got to have the dollar bill. All I'm missing are the panties. Boy, that's a kind of representative of my life, actually.
TMI, Alex.
Sorry, I know I got to keep it G-rated on the Prague corner. I understand that. It's not my show.
Family show.
It's a family show. I got to remember that. I'm not.
It's a family show. We don't.
It's a family show. So what better than classic bangers about necrophilia and all that?
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
But no, I mean,
America.
what my thoughts on these records are total echoes what Pete was talking about. I mean, I love how they still do. I saw Alice twice last year or 2 years ago whenever he was doing the stadium stuff with Motley Crue and Def Leppard. And I love he still like goes out with I Love the Dead and all that kind of stuff. Ballad of Dwight Fry is my favorite Alice Cooper track. I mean, that to me just completely it's just the best. I've listened to so much of this stuff over the Halloween week. It's crazy. Number 2, I'm going Killer. This is the best record. I'm just going to put it out there. This is the objection for me, the best record for sure, for all of the reasons I haven't mentioned before. But for reasons that I said before, personally, this was the first record I ever heard. This is the one I've always connected to most. And it's a Halloween tradition. I always play this on Halloween.
Me too.
The record I completely connect with the most is his first solo record.
Yeah.
I just, again, like, I mean, everything on here is great. I love, again, like the vaudevillian kind of like cabaret stuff of even like Some Folks doesn't make sense, but it totally does. You know, the Vincent Price monologue bit that goes into the Black Widow is just, you just crank that. And to me, the creepiest thing he ever did was Steven. I mean, just everything about Steven was just so creepy. And I just absolutely love it. But yeah, this has always been the record. Again, those are probably better records. I get that. I've always connected with this one the most. And and I think he's still, they'll say like he plays still so much of this and especially live. And I mean, and his live show is still so great, especially during like the Ballad of Dwight Fry stuff. I'm pretty sure it's his wife that's in like the big thing and just, or, all the different things happening. So, that's my top 5.
Can't argue with that. That's a great record, fun record. I wish his solo career would have stayed along that level of greatness. You look at the solo albums, it's a real up and down thing, man. There's some great ones. There's some, not so great ones, but
and I'll add this too. Here's, I think, and I'm sure in like the CD era, like a lot of great stuff has come out. He's one of these artists, though, that it bothers me that we never truly got the definitive live release from the heyday. Because to me,
the Alice Cooper show.
To me, this is not it. This is fine. This is good, but this is not. I don't know. I've always.
Where's the rest of it? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, right? I've always just, and so now it's like I'm glad that Cody showed like the later stuff that went on and all that type of stuff, but to never have like the definitive double LP from 1971 or 2, like that would have just been.
Yeah, good call. That's all that's really missing from that early discography is that great double live album with that great early lineup for sure. Steve, do you have anything interesting to say about a 1 through 5 on the Alice Cooper? I know you do.
Well, I think we're gonna see some of the same albums. I'm pretty sure here. So, but
I figured that.
Special Forces is number 5 for me.
Wow.
That was the first Alice Cooper album that I bought. I'd seen, Welcome to My Nightmare on TV. There's a local TV station in Toronto that used to play it every Halloween and a lot of Saturday nights. You could find it. But I bought Special Forces when it came out. That was the first Alice Cooper album for me. So that's when I fell in love with. That was the album that did it for me, that got me into Alice. And I still love that album. Cody already mentioned that opening.
I love the Blackout records. All 3 of them are great. Special Forces, Zipper Catch a Skin, Dada. I'm with you. I love it.
Steve, you're actually the one that put me onto this record. I remember your recommendation, and I put this on and go, God, he's right. This is just a killer album.
It's a really good album, and Zipper Catches Skin. I love that album too, but I find that the second half of it, the second half kind of peters out. for a couple of tunes, a couple of gimmicky kind of tunes, but still a pretty good album, but it's not a top 10 album. So then I'm going to go Muscle of Love. Really love that album. It's like one of their best guitar albums. You know, you guys have already mentioned it a couple of times, but Big Apple Dream and Hippo, what a great lick that is. That's it almost has like a Deep Purple vibe to it when I hear it. The way the organ comes in and stuff like that. But I really dig that tune. So Muscle of Love would be 4. Number 3 is going to be Welcome to My Nightmare. Just, you guys already talked about it. It's a great album, front to back. The only song on there that I might skip is Some Folks. It kind of gets on my nerves sometimes. A little too Broadway-ish, that one. $1 Billion Babies is going to be number 2. Just a fantastic album. Everybody's already talked about it. I mean, there's not a bad song on it. And the marketing, the cover concept is phenomenal. Yeah, it's always great with his covers, eh? Like especially in the 70s. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What happened to Steve?
Space-time continuum issue, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, Spock, live long and prosper. What's going on, Steve? We're in a time warp.
Oh,
yeah, he's
back.
Are you back, Steve?
He's trying.
Yeah, I didn't went anywhere. So I don't know if you caught it, but my number 1 is Killer.
Oh,
and
good
that's
man.
specifically because of Halo of Flies. I think best song, and I think it's his best album. And what's not to love about that album? It's just, for me, it's number 1.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about Halo of Flies. I guess they straight up said they were trying to write a progressive rock song in the vein of King Crimson. I don't think it sounds anything like King Crimson, but Halo of Flies is awesome and probably the proggiest thing they ever did. But
for sure.
Cody, this was your idea, this whole show, and he came to me with the idea of doing an Alice Cooper show, and I thought it was a great idea. You know who else apparently thought it was a good idea, Pete Pardo, is our good friend Barry Robinson, who dropped a top 10 Alice Cooper records on his classic album review channel yesterday. Weird timing. ESP, I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Cody, you should be feeling a certain kind of way that the great Barry Robinson is copping your episode ideas. He's looking to you now, so that he can keep his reign of terror alive over there at Classic Album Reviews.
Well, all he's got to do, if he wants some ideas, go on Brockway's Vinyl Bites. We've got him covered.
There you go. Nice.
I'm sure it was just chance. Because I mean, it's like at the end of October, everybody
it's Halloween, yeah. So
I totally think that's coincidence, but hey, yeah, I like to be the source of inspiration if that's the actual coincidence here.
There you go.
I think it's just down to the time of year.
Just helping you out there. But what do you got for us?
Yeah, you know what? I think my list is, from what I can recall, I believe my list is almost identical to Alex's.
Uh-oh.
Which is probably why we get on so well, Alex. But for me, number 5 is any one of these records could be number 1. I think all these records are brilliant. And this one, we're going to start off with this. This is the music
from the inside. From the inside, for those of you that are actually listening and not watching, Cody is holding in his hand.
Yeah, we've got the music on vinyl pressing of From the Inside. I just think this is one of his most beautiful albums. I mean, there's some songs on here that really get me emotional, like that song, "The Quiet Room." Just it is so descriptive. I mean, if you watch that documentary that came out about him a number of years ago, Super Duper Alice Cooper, it really focuses on this period. Like, you get a lot of what's going on here, but even without that documentary, you can listen to this record and know exactly what was going on. And so when he's singing stuff like "This Quiet Place Where They're Keeping Me, I just can't get my damn wrists to bleed," I just like, wow, like that is really raw to put that on a record. To make, especially at that time, to put that kind of emotion into a song is pretty unreal. I mean, all the songs had emotion, obviously, but like there's something that's just so personal about that it's just like, wow, that really sort of, cuts when you listen to it. But the rest of the album is great. I absolutely love the ballad single on this, How You Gonna See Me Now. I think that's just a beautiful song. It could have worked as an Elton John song. It's obviously Bernie Taupin doing a good load of the lyric writing. The title track is great. Nurse Rosetta is hilarious. It's just I really love this record. And it's been a while, so I might have to go respin this again.
Great album.
Easily one of the best records. It just, there's no question about it. Okay, next. I don't have to go on too much about this one because I think everyone's kind of in the know about the brilliance of this one. But the guitar playing, Hello Hooray, which is actually a Judy Collins song, but done way better. Sorry, I know I'm Canadian, and I should go with Canada, but the Alice Cooper version absolutely smokes it. It's just, everything, this record is just brilliant top to bottom. There's not so much as a skip track on this. It's just fantastic, really great. Next up is a record that I knew we would all have on here. You didn't know where everyone was going to place it, but killer. I want to say it's the best of the original Alice Cooper lineup, but there is one more record that has my all-time favorite Alice Cooper song on it. So, and I'm going to show the graphic image, Scott.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Very nice.
I mean, just like I was listening to this
unalived.
I was listening to this with Tara the other day, and you know what? Like we were looking at the record and opening up the picture and all that. Nobody was doing this in 1972. Nobody. You just didn't buy a record and have a picture of a guy hanging himself in the mainstream market. It didn't happen. And then obviously the music that reinforces that sort of heavy, sort of shock rocky thing that just, he really was a trailblazer. And there's so many people that have tried to, copy him, or not necessarily copy him, but kind of take that influence. You get people like, who even way darker than this, like Marilyn Manson and all that would come way years later. And to
sure, but this is 1971.
Exactly. Sorry, 1970.
Pretty early.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
That's
thought
shocking.
it was I made a mistake and I said 1972. Just wow. I know, it totally shocking. There was nothing like this at the time, and this just totally blew open the doors for a lot of people, and it still does. People go back and discover these records and go, "Geez, this is brilliant." Because it's not. Here's the thing: like Alice Cooper is the king of shock rock, but the music is also fantastic. Like there's so much to the visual side, but the music is right there to back it up. And you can have all the visuals and everything, but if the music sucks, no one's going to listen to it.
That's right.
Music is awesome. And my favorite from the original Alice Cooper band. I just love this thing. Love it to death. I do love it to death. I don't have the thumb cover, Alex. I do envy you.
Can't have everything.
And Pete was right. They look so cool on the cover and on the back. Like this is just the most rock and roll picture that you could possibly get of a band. Like it just, this is like just that kind of. It has that swagger and that sleaze, everything. But this is about the music here, people. So, Caught in a Dream, fantastic. I'm 18. Yep, Steve will remember that Q107 likes to remind us how great that song is. Still gets radio play all the time to this day. They used to play Hello Hooray all the time too. I don't know if they do anymore, but Hallowed Be My Name, Long Way to Go. And my favorite Alice Cooper song, bar none, is the absolute brilliance that is Ballad of Dwight Fry. So yes, Alex, I see your shirt. And I love it. I just, something about that song, because I like the theatrics of it, and I like the way that he slides into that accent and slides into that, like he doesn't just do the voice, he literally slides into the mindset of this psychotic person who's getting put away in jail and then breaks out and is like the lyrics about playing with the kids' toys and all that sort of thing. I'd never heard anything like this before. And I listen to a lot of music, Scott, I listen to a lot of music, and I've still never heard anything quite like Ballad of Dwight Fry. It's absolutely one of the greatest songs. I love the song. And Sunrise, yeah, it's not quite the level of Ballad of Dwight Fry, but you know what? I'm so OCD that if it comes on shuffle, I have to queue up Sunrise right next to it because it just feels like blue balls. But sorry, I know, but it just, I hate getting that cut off, right? It's like, no, I have to listen to the whole thing. But yeah, it just fantastic. I mean, I could go on about that. And my favorite Alice Cooper record.
And there it is.
Yeah.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't play it as often these days, but
say the name of the album.
Welcome to My Nightmare. Typically every October, this one comes back into rotation. It's kind of like Ghost, right? Like, I don't know if you guys are like Ghost fans and that band. Yeah, Ghost is killer. And I just noticed how much more often like I hear them out in the wild in October. It's like I imagine that their paychecks must just come rolling in the last 2 weeks of October. But the same with Alice Cooper. It's just amazing. I mean, the guitar playing on this album is unrivaled, unmatched. Every song on this is absolutely perfect. Cold Ethel, Edgel Frigid as an Eskimo pie. Good God, man. Oh, so good. And again, this hones in on some of that ballad side of him as well. Only Women Bleed. I think it's a beautiful song. Even my mom likes that song. It's a great tune. But I love the bits that kind of go into each other, like Devil's Food and Black Widow and Years Ago and Steven. You can't split up the tracks here. You have to listen to this all the way through. Like a progressive rock album, although for all intents and purposes, it's not really, but I could see why, it could be considered as such. But you can't. There is a couple of songs on here that you could take out, like the title track, and you can listen to that on its own. But I'll be damned if I'm listening to Black Widow without Devil's Food coming right before it. Oh, yeah. It's not going to happen. I'm not doing it. And so, yeah, just a brilliant, brilliant album. And
indeed,
this was him away from the Alice Cooper band. Imagine if they were on it, But yeah,
it's an incredible lineup. I mean, if you're getting rid of Glenn, Michael, Dennis, and Neil, it's nice you got guys like, I don't know, Dick and Steve and I don't know, Tony Levin plays on a couple. I mean, yeah, you're doing okay as far as replacement guys go.
Yeah, Alice was just fine. He was just fine.
Yeah,
I know, and that's why this is number one. But I also like that because of Bob Ezrin, who is a Toronto guy.
Oh, that's right.
From the GTA, just like both Steve and I myself. This was recorded at one of the same places that Peter Gabriel's first album was done, who is my all-time favorite, Genesis #1. But recorded at Soundstage Studios in Toronto by David Palmer and Jim Frank. So, and I don't think, Steve, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that studio is still there. I think it's gone.
But that band on and Dada was recorded there as well. But the band that's on that album, that's Lou Reed's band on Rock and Roll Animal.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And the Live, Bob Ezrin, and the Berlin album. Bob Ezrin literally took those guys and transplanted them. So that's why they're such a hot band. They were on such a roll at that point when they recorded that album.
Is Soundstage still there in Toronto? Is it still existent?
I don't think it is.
That sucks.
Yeah, no, Bob Ezrin deserves a lot of credit for a lot of these records we're talking about. Absolutely.
I got to say before we move on that some of the best producers came from Ontario. You got David Bottrell, who did Peter Gabriel in the 90s. He did Tool. He's from Dundas. It's about 20 minutes from Steve and I. Bob Ezrin, Daniel Lanois. He's from Hamilton. Just like, wow, like three of the all-time greats, just, from right around my neck.
There's more. I know we could think of a lot more than that. It's incredible. You Canadians, thinking you're all special coming on here and, taking all the oxygen out of the room. We're not going to have it. We're not having it. This is an American show, Cody.
They suffered a big loss last night. Let them have their time.
Yeah, there you go. True.
That's true. They're grieving right now.
Yeah, they are.
Well, they can have this one. They can have their producers.
Yeah.
Let me throw
they win one.
let me throw in one little Hamilton tidbit here. If any of you guys, I'm sure you guys know the Talking Heads and David Byrne. He lived in Hamilton when he was a little guy. The house he lived in, I am about a block away from that house.
Oh,
I
wow.
can walk that house. My friend's
Cool.
father and his father worked together at Firestone here in town. And my friend has actually been in that house. He hung out with David Byrne. His older brother hung out.
Wow. Burning down the house. I love it. Grant, you know, we almost skipped you. We almost skipped you last time. We're going to let you go now.
Okay.
You're 1 through 5, if you would, sir.
Well, I'm going to make it quick because
because Pete Pardo's got places to go, man. We can't go too long.
Yeah, I got shows to build. I got things to edit. I got things to do too. Anyway, I think everybody had a great point. I'm gonna what Pete said about School's Out, I 100% agree with. That is going to be my number 5. This is the record where you start getting a lot more. It's a little bit more glammy, more theatrical, show tuney, West Side Story influences. I don't think it's as consistent as what came before. By no means is this a bad record at all. This is a great record, but all these have to rank somewhere. It's still catchy. Alice sounds great on it. It's kind of messy, I think, but it's entertaining. I have no problem with it. All right, my number 4. Wow, I feel bad that I'm rating this at number 4 because everybody rated it so high. I'm going to go with Welcome to My Nightmare. I think if out of any of Alice's solo albums, this is the peak. Yeah. This is the best one. This is where the stars aligned. Great songwriting, great band, great musicians, great production, blah, blah, blah. Whatever Cody said, I agree with.
There you go.
My number 3, I'm going to go with Killer. You know what? Out of all these tracks, the one song that I don't want to talk bad about it. The only reason this is number 3 because this track, this is going to be contrarian, and you might burn across my yard, but don't. But the song Under My Wheels, for some reason, I just can't get into that track. Huh. For some reason, I know it gets a lot of airplay or it used to. Now
the telephone is ringing, people.
Oh, if you turn
but Under My Wheels, I have to be serious. I gotta be honest. I just never got that track. Halo of Flies is great. Dead Babies is great. I think it's spooky. It's got theatrics. It's probably the best Alice Cooper album. But Under My Wheels, for some reason, I just can't do it.
If you turn on Ozzy's Boneyard on Sirius XM, you're bound to hear that song at least once a day.
I know, but maybe I'm burnt out on it. Maybe that could be it.
It does get a lot of play. You're right.
That could be it.
Maybe if I listened to it in 1982, I would feel differently. All right, my next pick, number 2, I'm going to go with Love It to Death. This is the breakthrough album. This is polished hard rock. Bob Ezrin brings the magic. You've got gothic themes, Detroit energy. I'm 18. And like everybody else said, Ballad of Dwight Fry. Absolute masterpiece.
Yeah.
Bar none. Eerie, catchy. It checks every box. It's great.
Love it.
But I'm going to go with my number 1. I'm going to go $1 Billion Baby. Someone hold it up because I'll be damned if I could even find it. I've got the deluxe. Oh, look, Pete's got the audio fidelity. Jeez,
nice
look at him. I've got the 2 CD set on Rhino. God, you think I could find it, but I'm an idiot. Anyway, I think this reached number 1 on the Billboard chart. No more Mr. Nice Guy, Elected, and damn it, it's got Donovan on it, so I'm sold. But it's catchy, energetic, creative songwriting. I think you have to admit, Bob Ezrin was their George Martin. He was their Terry Brown. We would never have seen this had Bob not been a part of it. I can't even imagine what would have happened to Alice Cooper had Bob not produced the band. Absolutely brilliant. And that's why I like Dada. Bob's back into it. I consider like Dada like a continuation of all this. I love it. Anyway.
There you go.
Call me contrarian. Alex, you can call me bad names. I'm good. There's my list. No. Well, I was giving you a hard time before.
It's hard. It's really hard to argue.
I was just trying to rile you up a little bit. But that's my list.
All right.
Well,
Well, you know, I figured we'd be seeing a lot of the same records in the 1 through 5 category. My list is no different. Number 5's Welcome My Nightmare. The best solo album by a long, long, long shot. It's absolutely perfect. I even like the schmaltzy Only Women Bleed. You know, I grew up hating that song, but I've come around on it. You know, you got Lou Reed's whole band on this whole thing. What's not to like? It hit number 5 in the U.S. Unbelievable. At number 4, I'm going with Schools Out. It is kind of West Side Story reworked, and some of the tracks on here are kind of weird, man, like what Gutter Cat and the Jets and Blue Turk and stuff, but I like it. And I love how it ends. I don't care what you say, Steve. I think Alma Mater going into that grand finale is really fun. It's a weird, weird record. It hit number 2. Records this strange should not have been hitting number 2. That's how great 1972 was. In third place, I'm going with Billion Dollar Babies, talking about great records hitting number 1. It doesn't get a whole lot better. Billion Dollar Babies was number 1.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. It didn't have like the big hit, right? It didn't have 18, right? It didn't have, it had No More Mr. Nice Guy, which hit number 25.
Oh,
you know, Schools Out hit the top 10. But No More Mr. Nice Guy did not. So it's kind of weird that this is the album that hit number 1. I love it. It's amazing. Hello, Hooray.
Here in Canada, Hello, Hooray was on the radio all the time.
As well it should. It wasn't a big hit down here. It was released as a single in the U.S. I don't think it hit the top 40. But, yeah, just an amazing record at number 2. Man, I'm going back and forth between 1 and 2 so hard. So hard. It was almost a coin flip, but I'm going with Love It to Death. I absolutely love Black Juju. I'm always in the mood for Black Juju, man. I think it's funky. I think it's cool. 18 is one of the greatest songs ever written. If it wasn't for Bob Ezrin figuring out how to make a band sound like that, you know, they tested out the single for 18. And if that song did not resonate with people, there would have been no third Alice Cooper album. Thank God for Bob Ezrin. And at number 1, obviously, is Killer. I mean, I talk about a perfect album side. Side 1 doesn't get a whole lot better, even though some people around here don't seem to like Under My Wheels.
I think I'd burn out on it. I think I've heard it too much.
But the one track nobody's mentioned off of the seminal album Killer is the title track. How cool is that? How groovy is that bass line? Man, I love everything about Killer. My favorite Alice Cooper album. Thanks, all you guys. I know we went a little bit long. I know Pete and Grant probably have all kinds of important stuff to do today. So if anybody's got it, look at it. Wow.
Well, I had to give us some fog on the exit.
I like that. That's kind of nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I thought it was like you were, you know, peeling out and I was eating your dust.
I was under my wheels.
Oh, there you go. All righty. Anybody got any parting thoughts before we part ways?
Yes. Check out the new band Octavium.
Who's in that band, Cody?
Well, I'm the drummer. I'm in the band. My friend Adam's the guitar player. Connor Hansen is the other guitar player. Florian on bass and Jordan Jones on vocals. We've got a new single coming out this week. The album will be done and released by early next year, probably February. We're hoping for February. We've got 5 of 13 songs done so far. We've had Ian B about on the mastering, so he's been part of the project doing that.
Nice.
Ezrin producing?
No,
yeah, Bob Ezrin and Ian B about.
I thought you had him lined up.
If you like Dream Theater, if you like Metallica, if you like all that stuff, the prog meets metal stuff, that's Porcupine Tree. We've got you.
All right,
we've got you. So Octavium, we've got a Facebook page. Go like us, go check us out. And actually on my YouTube channel, we've just done a live version of our song Anticipate. That's up there, live performance in studio. No studio trickery, none of that, just live off the floor. And the official single releases next week. So
okay, way to sell it, Cody. Nicely done. Pete, you got anything on the agenda we need to know about over there at the Steve Tranquility?
Yeah, a week from today, Grant and I will be doing a double shot of our Ranking the Album shows. We've got Piper and Jafria for you.
Piper, yeah, Billy.
I couldn't believe that Pete had not done a Piper show or a ranking. And I asked him, I said, Did he
I
done
thought I
Piper?
did.
I
I
figured
did.
he did.
He's
Oh,
ranking
man.
bands that don't even exist. He's making up bands to rank them.
I am
and
looking
hadn't
forward
done
to
Piper
it.
yet.
Yep. So we'll be doing that's coming up a week from today, and then the Tuesday after that, Scott will be joining us on in the prog seat as we do another epic song battle.
Yeah,
It's
a good one this time.
Modern prog classics, right? Epic songs. And then I don't know when it's going to happen, but Alex and Ken Golden are going to be doing a Talking Jazz episode on the channel, talking about the CTI label. So that's coming up too. So that
I heard you're talking about this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we might be talking about that.
I think that's included as one of the songs. Yes, indeed.
That might be one of the 5.
In
Absolutely.
fact, I thought, Cody, you were wearing some kind of obscure Octavarian shirt early on.
We all thought that. It's like, what is that?
No. But yeah, new
Some
band.
good-looking balls on that cover.
Yeah.
I'll find out how to send you the disc when it comes out.
Okay, sounds good. That sounds good. And for those who care, tomorrow is Hudson Valley Squares night, so tune in tomorrow night on SOT for some more metal talk. So that's what's coming up.
Awesome. We love Sea of Tranquility. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here, Pete. It's always an honor. Grant, always nice having you on the show. Always.
Can I promote something real quick?
I'm giving you the. You see the pause?
Oh, I thought
Can
you were.
see that pause.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how you do this.
Yeah,
crap.
you do. You've been on often enough. You know how we do.
All right. So this morning I had Angie Moon on the show. We did an hour. We did a live show where it's called the Warehouse Acid Test, where we had played an hour of Strawberry Alarm Clock. Tonight in the listening party at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 hours of April Wine.
All right.
It's a long time coming.
Here you go.
So we're doing 2 hours April Wine. Get ready.
Go Canada.
Go Canada. Go Canada. Cody.
Nice.
And then Monday at 7 p.m. we have a live show at 7 where we're doing a Jellyfish Shit series, and we are looking at the album Beatnik Beach from, was that 88 or 89? So there you go.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Cool. Alex, you got anything, or you just
I'm not a professional like the rest of these people. You know, I just every once in a while I turn on my phone and drink a beer and talk about music. So
there you go. We love your channel. You do great work. Anyway, boys and girls, thank you so much. I love you. Peace in the Middle East. Free Tibet. Free the Ukraine. Free your mind. Free beer. Free Willie. And God save the king, Pete Pardo. Save that king. Oh, we're going to dance with snakes. Take the snake dance all the way home. I love you guys. I'll see you next week when we've got Adam from the Mommy Heads. It's going to be awesome. Join us then. Peace. And I'll press this button right here.
Thanks for